So earlier in your syllabus, when you are doing past papers, you will see something called LIFO, LIFO, last in first out. This has been removed from your syllabus. So when you have some like that, don't do it, guys. Don't waste your time. It's not a part of your syllabus now. So let's start, guys. Inventory LKS2 says that the following information relates to an inventory item of a company for the month of March 2017. On 1st 3rd 2017, balance was 100 quantity, per unit cost was 200, purchases was 400, and per unit cost was 400. Sales was 200 question mark, and we don't know what was the amount which has gone. The company which currently follows the FIFO method to price the inventory issues is considering to use the weighted average method in future. So let me move on to my Excel sheet and explain you the difference between a FIFO method and you might know, some people might know, some people might not know. So let's move on to the Excel sheet to explain you how FIFO methods and weighted average cost method works. So I'm saving it as LK16 workings one sheet. So I'm going to work on the second sheet saying LKS inventories. So I'll zoom a bit. FIFO says that FIFO means first in, first out. So what is coming inside the business first, you need to send out of the business first. That's what it says. Then weighted WAC says that weighted average cost. Though the products comes late or early, you will take the entire thing under one method. Now, when I'm doing this sum, you will be able to understand how FIFO and weighted average cost methods work. I'm just explaining you this one by one. You don't want to do this complicated in your exams. We'll make it fast, but because we are doing the basics of understanding the past papers, I need to go thoroughly into one area. Then you will understand it clearly. So I'm going to take three columns for you to make it. How FIFO works. So I'm going to write balance here, amount here, and I'm going to write amount, total amount. So I'm going to take again balance. Unit rate, you can write also unit rate, no problem. Or you can write rupees. You can use any format you want if you really want to do the MCQ, but in your papers, like they might ask you a format and you need to know the format, like how much issues coming, how much purchase you are making. Yeah. So now we move on to the point. You have the question. Question says that balance 100 quantity, it was 200 cost. So I'm going to move on to my question. Right. 100 quantities, 200 costs. Okay. So I got 20,000. Now then they are saying that the next part of the question says that purchases 400 cost. So I'm going to take 400, right? 400 unit rate. 160,000. Then we have the next question says that sales 200, how much is the cost? Easy, guys. Now when you make a sales, now this is balance, brought forward, purchases. When you sell, you are going to sell now 200. You're going to sell 200 units, but you got 500 units here because 100 units is here. And here you have 400 units. So first I'm going to sell the 100 units. So I'll take right sales. 100 unit I'm selling because first in first out at 200 rupees. So 100 into 200 is 20,000. So I'm going to deduct 20,000 out of the sum. First of all. Then I have another 100 units balance because in 200 units I take 100 units under the 200 unit rate, and then the other 100 unit balance I'm going to take 100 into 400 unit rate. So if I take 100 into 400, I will get a balance of 40,000. So my deduction 20 plus 160 is 180. 180 minus 20 is 160. 160 minus 40 will give me a balance of 120,000. Now I can move on to the sum and find out where is my 120,000 is actually. So if I have 120,000, it should be either 3, 4, 5. So I can't get still the total because some questions when you find one thing, you get the answer. So now I have option. I don't want to go with first one and second one. Now I'm going to go with 3, 4, 5. How do I get my weighted average cost? So I'm moving on to the sum again. Right. So I'm going to take the balance again. 100 200. So unit cost is 220,000. Then you have purchases. Again, I'll write the same thing. For knowledge class, I'm doing this. In your exams, you don't want to do this complicated. You can make it still easy. Purchases 400. So these easy sums, when you guys lose marks only, the problem is 160,000. So now I'm going to sell 400 units worth. But I need to know the unit rate first of all before I'm selling that. Now this unit rate is 200 here and 400 here. In total, if I take what is the amount we have got, 180,000. So I'll take 180,000. The total, I'm going to take my WAC. Okay, so I'm going to find my WAC. So my total units is 100 plus 400 is 500. Right? Yeah, 500. So if I divide 180,000 by 500, how much I'm getting, guys? I think if I'm not mistaken, it's 360. So I take my 180,000. Okay, for your understanding, I'm taking here. I'll put a line, something like this. So find this unit rate. I'm taking small calculation. I get my 180,000 divided by 500. I get 360 rupees. So I got my 360 rupees. Now when I sell it, I can take easily the amount of products which is going out of the business, 200. I'm selling at 360. Now I didn't take first in first out method. I'm taking the average weighted cost method, which is the average weight amount. So there is 360 which I found. So 200 into 360 will give me a balance of 72,000. Right, guys? So if I deduct from 108 72,000, I will get a balance of 108,000. So this is my final balance of the year. And this is weighted average cost method. Guys, please copy it down. This is FIFO.